Hey there, in this lecture we're going to see the implementation of linear regression using scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is a very popular machine learning library. It is just like another Python package, just like NumPy and pandas, that gives us an interface to a lot of machine learning algorithms. So we don't have to explicitly implement each and every machine learning algorithm. We can use this library to do that. Okay, so let's begin with implementing the linear regression. First of all, we need to import some common libraries, for example NumPy. We need to import the matplotlib. So we're actually importing the sub-package pyplot of matplotlib, which is the Python package in Python matplotlib. So it provides a MATLAB-like way of plotting. So this is a very easy interface and most commonly used. So it is intended for interactive plots and simple cases of programmatic plot generation. So if we want to use the linear regression, let's just start with a simple random values which we're going to use which we're going to generate using the NumPy function of randomRand. We're going to select 100 values of dimension 1. So for y, we're going to have a linear equation which is in direct linear relationship. So that can be 4 plus 3 into x plus np dot random dot rand 100, same number of values. So the takeaway from this is that x and y are linear, and they're both, y is in linear relationship with x. So there has to be linear progression when we plot these values. So first of all, we're going to generate them and we're going to plot them using the PLT. So we're going to use that plt.plot, and we're going to x, y, and we're going to go with the b function over here, which is so we have to use this x. Okay, so we're getting the function that it is not aligned, so we need to have some plots instead of this. So let's just see. If I use a dot over here, which would initialize them as points, so instead of lines we'll be getting points or scattered points. So this is another way to plot the x and y values, and this is the syntax for that. So the thing is, we need to after plotting these values, we're going to use the scikit-learn library. We're going to use the scikit-learn linear model. So we're going to import the linear regression. So that should be. So after importing that, we're going to use the linear regression function. Okay, so there is some problem over here. We do not have a module named scikit-learn. Okay, there has to be I think I've misspelled the linear word. This should be I, and we should have it now. Okay, so now we have imported the linear regression function. So now we're going to initialize it using we're going to initialize our model using this function, and this interface gives us the ability to, then our model over here is what we call a linear regression model, and after that we need to call the model dot fit function. The fit function over here is the training function, and it is where we perform the training. So the cool thing about Colab is that whenever you write a function, it will give you the documentation of that function. So we tell that it requires two variables. It requires x and y, and then we're going to call it, and what happens now is it's going to run it, and now we will be able to run. We have now just run the training program. Since this is a very small data set, it didn't took that long. So after that, we have trained the model. If you want to check the model parameters, which are the theta function, we're going to use the coefficient function, and we're going to find them out, which are, so this is the theta 1, because since we only had one feature, so there should be only one theta for this. And if you want to find out the intercept, which is the y-intercept over here, and if you, in more machine learning terms, which is our bias, we will see that using the intercept function. Okay, so now we have the coefficient and model intercept using after the fitting function. So this is the application of model linear regression, and how you want to use this. So in practical application, since you will be seeing in your assignments as well, we need to do this on a certain data set. So first of all, you will see how we can load the data set using pandas, and then we can visualize it, and then we can perform some linear regression on it.